Hello, TopFanRivalry followers, and welcome to Wednesday, September 4th. We're back in action. We got Astros in all kinds of orbit. Suzy's back. She took my call. She sent me to voicemail. She blocked me for a couple of weeks. So we apologize that we haven't had one, but Suzy has just been, I mean, she sent me her lawyer's number and just said, talk to him, her agent. It's been tough, but now that we're paying her a couple million an episode, she's back. Suzy, how are you?
I'm good now that my AC is fixed and I no longer have to listen to super loud window units and portable air conditioning units, and there was a little road trip in there. So, but we're back and we're here and I'm talking to my 33rd favorite Dodgers fan. It's what we do.
Well, I had heard in the pregame that you found a podcast that you absolutely loved, and those are like your number one into Dodger fans. So I'm
Uh-huh,
excited
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, sure. Mhm.
Hold on, wait a second. I got Joe
Absolutely.
Kelly calling. Hold on. Patch, he wants to talk to Suzy. Okay, Suzy, do you want to talk to Joe Kelly? I got him on the line.
I don't, but if I could get vicariously through the phone, punch him in the throat, do that, please. Do one of those.
Hang up on him. Hang up on him.
Yeah.
Anyways, Suzy, you guys have had a rock star last couple of weeks. So break down the last couple of weeks for me. And I also did read an article, or at least skimmed through an article about Kyle Tucker and what actually happened to him. So break down that and break down what's been happening with the Houston Astros the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so the Houston Astros, if you have not heard already, are inevitable. It's what we do. Literally, that is it's no longer. I mean, we joke about it, but it's no longer an actual joke. You see what the Rangers have done this season, and that just puts it into perspective how rare and super awesome, for lack of better terminology, the Astros run really has been. And the fact that we now have a six-man rotation when our entire pitching staff was decimated by injury at the beginning of the season is just it's remarkable. And we joke about the development and the pitching factory that we have, but it literally has been that kind of turnaround. I mean, the ace of our staff was Ronel Blanco in the early days. Now it has turned into Hunter Brown and Spencer Arrighetti. And if you had told an Astros fan at the beginning of the season, hey, Spencer Arrighetti has the most strikeouts of any rookie pitcher for the Astros and is running out an outfield of Ben Gamel, Jason Hayward, and Mauricio Dubon. No one would believe you. Everyone would ask if you were on crack. It's just the fact that we are holding this lineup and this group together with duct tape and half a Alex Bregman with a barky elbow and no Kyle Tucker. It's phenomenal.
Okay.
Um,
Now, who did you say, Jason who?
Jason Hayward, yeah,
Where
from the
did he?
Dodgers, yeah,
Yeah, from the
from the Dodgers.
2024 World Champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
Mm. Is it really? I mean, I don't know. Is Tyler Glass now coming back? Do we know about that yet? I don't
Hey,
you know.
Yamamoto's coming back. So,
Okay. So you're riding Yamamoto who is rehabbing and a what, Clayton Kershaw with a broken toe? I mean, come on now.
hey, half broken toe. It's just a bone spurt. I mean, come on.
Okay. All right. Well, Justin Robleski is gonna pitch some meaningful innings for y'all in the postseason. I just know it. So, but yeah, it's been awesome. The fact that Spencer Arrighetti got AL Rookie of the Month this for
Mhm.
August, and Josh Hader got Reliever of the Month for the AL in August. For all of those people that said, "Oh my God, Dana Brown, you're an idiot. Why did you sign Josh Hader for $95 million?" I need you to eat all of the crow. I need you to eat all of the crow and admit that you are wrong. It's okay. It's okay. We all make
Do they have to
mistakes,
eat the
people.
crow without salt and pepper, or can we at least give them salt and pepper?
Picante, sriracha are your only two options. No salt
All
and
right,
pepper. No. Mm-mm.
no salt and
So
pepper. Yeah.
you know, let me get a stat for you. Let me actually, like, find the thing and read it because I don't wanna misspeak here. But the
Suzy is the
fact
new Top Fan Rivalry stats girl, taking over
I
Jackson Westfall's spot as Top Fan Rivalry stats guy. So
Yeah. So, the fact that Spencer Arrighetti, Hunter Brown, and Framber Valdez in August, Spencer Arrighetti has pitched 32.1 innings with a 1.95 ERA. What?
spaghetti.
Holding opponents down to .166, and he has 47 Ks in the month of August. That is absolutely insane. I'm gonna give you some more stats on Spencer Arrighetti in
I,
just a minute here, but
Suzy, I just got to tell you right now, I love the dramatic fact. Okay, keep going.
uh, listen, I'm trying to give you top dollar entertainment value, Bill.
Hey,
That's
listen,
what
top
the people
dollar.
come for, okay? They're not coming for the math. We all know that. So I got to do something
Hey,
here.
we don't want them to
Uh
ask for a refund, so I get it. Keep going.
Hunter Brown in 31 innings has a 1.45 ERA, holding opponents down to a .160 and holding opponents slug down to 1.98. I don't
Okay,
know if you know that, but that's very, very good.
that's
Framber
good.
Valdez, Framber Valdez
What,
in
Farmer?
34 innings pitched, a 1.59 ERA, holding opponents average down to a .118 and holding opponent slug down to .182. Those are all very, very, very good numbers. Yusei Kikuchi. I say not me, not me. I in my heart of hearts knew that we were going to fix Yusei Kikuchi, and guess what, y'all? We have fixed Yusei Kikuchi. In the 6 starts that Yusei Kikuchi has had for the Astros, all 6 dubs, by the way, all 6 dubs, he has a 2.57 ERA.
I thought his first one
That's
was a
very
no
good.
decision, but you're right, it was a W. Okay, keep going. Yeah, yeah.
35 innings, 47 strikeouts to only 10 walks, holding opponents down to a .178 average, and need I remind you, with Toronto, in 115.2 innings, he had a 4.75 ERA.
Yeah. No, you guys, here's the thing. You guys have turned the corner. You guys made Kansas City a very good team look very that entire series. Right?
We broke the Kansas City Royals physically, spiritually. I feel very bad. I really hope Vinny Pasquantino comes back sooner rather than later because there is absolutely no protection for Bobby Witt Jr. now, and that whole lineup is not doing well. I feel
Yeah.
very bad.
So let me ask you this. So I've got two questions here for you.
Okay.
Okay. The first one being, um, do you believe in your heart of hearts? And I mean, we're talking 6 games right now. Do you believe in your heart of hearts that you can come in number 2 and get that buy, or do you feel as though the Astros are going to be a wild card, like playing in the wild card round?
I don't know if Clay Holmes keeps blowing saves. I mean, we may just overtake the Yankees as well. I don't know. I'm just
Hey,
saying.
they did that against the Rangers, your favorite team outside of the Astros. Let me tell you.
I I looked at that matchup and I asked myself, can both teams lose? I don't want anyone to have fun and I want both teams to lose. Can that be a thing? I didn't know.
We'll call the
Obviously,
commissioner's office. We'll ask them.
we appreciate that. If you could get it right on that, Bill. It's
I'll
one,
do my best. I'll
yeah.
work on it.
But the turnaround that these guys have had, I mean, at one point in the season, Hunter Brown had a 16.43 ERA.
Mhm,
Kansas City lit him up
mhm.
in one of his first starts, and it was sweet, sweet redemption for Hunter Brown this last series on his birthday. On his birthday,
My
he got to
birthday.
pitch and did great. And the fact that legitimately all of our pitchers, really, except for JV, have had, like, no-hit bids. I mean, Spencer Arrighetti and Fromber having no-hit bids within the last week is just absolutely insane to me. The fact that Hunter Brown is doing what he's doing, and Ronell, sir, head to the bullpen, relax. You've done well, sir. You held us. You got us this far. You held it together. Head into the
It's a
bullpen,
no-no.
rest, and that's the quote unquote sad thing. I mean, he has the highest ERA now because he's been giving up a couple of runs here and there, still enough to get us wins. But you can tell he's tired. I mean, he's blown past innings limits from last season. And Spencer Arrighetti and Hunter Brown are both hitting those walls very, very closely. Justin Verlander is, essentially working out the kinks that he would work out in spring training in live baseball games. And our future Hall of Famer is admittedly kind of looking like the worst pitcher on the staff at this point in time. I mean, like literally at this moment in time, not
Hey, Dustin.
overall. I'm not talking about the entire body of work. I'm just talking about like at this moment in time. He wasn't his sharpest the last game against the Reds. Now, admittedly, the umpire's floating strike zone had something to do with that. I get it. So there was a couple of bloop hits. He didn't give up any patented long balls, JV long balls that, in Great American Small Park, I would have expected. If anybody's going to give up some bombs, it'd be JV, but no.
The
So,
KU, the KU bombs.
yeah. So it's the fact that the pitching staff, relievers have done wonderfully. Taylor Scott, who, if you're not a fan of the Astros and you don't follow Astros baseball, you're going to say, who's Taylor Scott? I don't know. He was a reliever with a 9 ERA that we got this season. And again, we have unlocked his pitch mix. Told him, hey, put your two-seamer in your back pocket. Throw your four-seamer more. Oh, that's it? Okay, cool. I don't understand how going through 10 organizations, the Astros were the first ones to tell you this, but who am I to ask questions? Not me. I don't know. Hector Neris has come back and has been. If we face Bobby Wood Jr., Hector Neris cannot face Bobby Wood Jr. But besides that, he's been great. Loved having Hector Neris back in the bullpen, and we called Forrest Whitley back up, and if Forrest Whitley can do Forrest Whitley things and be trusted in kind of that seventh inning role, and then we have leverage setup men. What are we doing, guys? That is again, and we've been doing all of this
What
without
was that?
Kyle Tucker. I can't do the noise again. If you missed it the first time, you're gonna have to rewind. I can't.
Everybody, you're gonna have to like rewind. My bad.
Yeah, do that. For months now, we have been told Kyle Tucker just has a really deep bone bruise. It's just a shin contusion. I don't I don't know if the Astros front office think that all Astros fans are dumb and just take everything that they say with, at face value. We all knew, quote unquote, we all suspected that it was a shin fracture. He had fouled off a ball that same spot the day before. Then he fouled it off again the next day. And I think that's what was the essential straw that broke the camel's back, or Kyle Tucker's shin, which, take your pick. And now it comes out, oh yeah, JK, Kyle Tucker does have a shin fracture. When 2 days before, when asked point blank to Dana Brown, so it's not a shin fracture? Oh no, it's just a deep shin contusion, just a deep bone bruise. What are we doing here? Why can't you just tell us? Because
Ticket sales.
what? Like, we all knew that Kyle Tucker wasn't going to play. Like, we all knew that.
We all knew.
Yes. Nobody, if you're watching this team, at no point in time are you saying to yourself, oh, Oh, okay, well, no, no. It's not broken, it's not broken. We're gonna see Kyle Tucker. No, you're not. No, you're not. He hasn't been on any rehab assignments. We've gotten excited over some running videos. Apparently hitting is not the problem, it's the running. That's the issue. And so he's not gonna be stealing any bags. We know that. So, Tuck, if you're out there, if you're listening to this, just hit some dingers. And then you could just leisurely stroll around the base paths. You don't have to run. You don't even have to run. Just leisurely stroll around the base paths. That's all you gotta do, sir.
I've
You
got a
know?
great story about that I will tell you offline. I do not want to
Okay,
share it online.
perfect.
Okay, so do you,
And hold
go ahead.
hold on. I gotta give my flowers to one other guy.
Here's your
One other guy,
flowers.
because nobody else is gonna do it. Nobody else. If it's a national podcast and they're not watching these games day in and day out, they're not gonna mention this guy. They're going to mention Altuve. They are going to mention Bregman, Jordan. No one is going to mention Yainer Diaz with team leading RBIs. 75 of them. 75 RBIs. More than Jordan Alvarez. You know,
Hmm,
some days he's hitting third. Most days he's hitting cleanup. I I got to give this guy all of the credit in the world, because while yes, he's not hit as many homers as he did last season, the fact that he is not swinging out of his shoes with men on base, I would rather the one or two runs that he can get driving the ball the other way, hitting a ball in the gap, versus trying to go for that 3-run bomb. I will take that all day, every day. And I think he's
great.
realized that now. And so he is just gonna take what the pitchers gives him and just run on back. And I
And I'm
love it. And I think the power is gonna come once he figures it out a little bit more. But once I think Tuck gets inserted back into this lineup, it's gonna be it's over.
yeah,
It's
it's
over.
gonna be a good lineup. So here's my question for you. And everybody, normally Susie and I pregame before this and we talk about what we're going to talk about. I had told her, did I not tell you at the beginning that I was going to ask you one specific question and I wanted your immediate reaction and I wanted to hear what you said. So I wasn't going to tell you what it
Yes.
was.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are currently at recording 5.5 games up on the Mariners, who the Mariners are kind of in a free fall. The last month, the Mariners have been in an amazing free fall.
Is it 5.5? 6.5, sir.
Oh,
Six
I'm
and a
sorry,
half.
6.5. My bad. 6.5.
We didn't even play last night, and thank you, Oakland Athletics, for walking the Mariners off yet again. So
Yet again. And by the way, the Angels are worse, have a worse record than the Athletics, which is amazing. So, okay, so here's my question for you. The last 7 calendar days of your season, you have 3 at home against Seattle and 3 on the road with a day off um, in Cleveland. Now, as we can probably guess, the Seattle series is probably not going to be huge for you guys. You should be wrapping that up by now. But you never know, right? You guys could go on a 4 game losing streak, and Seattle could go on a 3 game winning streak. Next thing you know, you're 3 games or 2.5 games, and that could be a big deal. Who knows? Okay. I doubt that that's going to happen with the mini games. Talk to me about the importance of that Cleveland series. By then, Cleveland would have clinched. By then, you guys would have already clinched. Why is that series important?
doesn't it denote home game, whatever, like who gets the home game?
Well, here's the why it's important to you. If you end up with a better record than Cleveland, what happens to you in the first round?
Oh, we get a bye. Okay.
Hmm. So, are we playing for the bye? Or are we okay with just going ahead and taking a day off and then just going right into the playoffs? What say you, Susie Q?
I don't know. Everyone talks about rest versus rust, and literally all of the teams that got buys last season didn't do well except for the
Mhm.
Astros. And so while yes, I think rest is important, but getting out of that routine and rhythm, I think, is equally as as important or
Hmm.
not getting out of the routine. Personally, selfishly, I don't want the bye because I just wanna watch all of the baseball all of the time. Just give me all of the Astros baseball. Now, if it happens if it happens and we get the bye, great. Rest up, rest the bullpen. I will go watch all of the other baseball because that is what I do. I will watch all of the other teams. Maybe I'll hate watch other teams, but I will watch the other teams. And then I will watch the Astros when the Astros play. So I could go either way with that. I'm not huge either one. The Mariners, however, that Mariners series, we have to sweep the Mariners. That that series because they hold the tiebreaker. So if for some reason worse comes to worse and the kitty litter hits the fan, we got to sweep them or else they hold the tiebreaker,
Yeah.
you know.
So,
So
so here's what I think about that last week, and this is why I was asking this question. I think that last week is probably the most pivotal week for you. I hate the fact that people are talking in September, first week in September, all scoreboards, scoreboards. It doesn't matter. Don't watch the scoreboards. If the Astros go win 7 out of 10, it doesn't matter what happens. If they lose 7 out of 10, it doesn't matter what Seattle's doing. You've still got to win your games. Forget about watching the scoreboard. Wait until the last week of the season to scoreboard watch. But here's my thought, and this is why I asked you this question. I think that that week is huge for you because for some unforsaken reason, if you're within 3 games, so if they pick up 3.5 games on you in the next 2.5 weeks, which is conceivable because it's baseball, right? Anything can happen. Um, if that happens, then that series becomes huge. Besides for the tiebreaker, that series becomes huge. I think that that Cleveland series is even more huge for you guys because you have been banged up. You guys have been had a rough go at it, just like the Braves, just like the Dodgers. You guys could use that week off to recoup. Besides for that, if the season were to end today, if everything stays the same as it is right now in 3 weeks, guess what? Guess who you guys get to face in the wild card round in a best of three series?
the Royals,
Yeah. And having watched enough baseball, even pre-baseball, Susie, when a team gets manhandled, the next time that they play that team, they want blood. And so that is going to be the series of all series to watch. Do I think that the Royals can outcome the Astros? No, not right now. I don't think the Royals can. But will it be the season of all seasons to watch or series of all series to watch? Yeah. So tell me I'm wrong. Feel free to tell me. You like to tell me I'm wrong, but tell me I'm wrong. That last week is huge for you guys.
the last I would agree. The last week is huge. I mean, I don't know if it's the most important. I think, the this last month of baseball is going to be pretty huge. Not gonna lie. We if we need Tucker back in the lineup, and I guess we're just gonna tag in Tucker and sit Bregman, and with his barky elbow, I don't know what's gonna happen with him in the offseason. As soon as however the season ends for us, hopefully it ends with a parade and a ring. As soon as that ends, the man is gonna go get surgery and do some sort of cleanup on his elbow. I'm hoping that it's literally just a cleanup and, removing, like, floating bone fragments or whatever, and it's not like full on Tommy John or, some sort of, like, UCL procedure or whatever. I seriously hope that that's not the case. I don't know where he will if he's gonna come back, if anybody else is gonna sign him. I have a feeling that, there's going to be a market for Alex Bregman out there. And, I don't know if the Astros fan base can handle Shea Wickham at third base full time. I don't know that may break some people, but Bryce Matthews is coming up the pipeline pretty quickly, and that may be the solution that they're looking at. I don't know. But you know, like I said, the fact that now that we're getting Tuck back, Bregman's gonna go on the shelf. Who knows? Jordan hit his first homer at Minute Maid since the beginning of June, I want to say.
Mm.
So the fact that apparently Jordan can't hit dingers at Minute Maid and can only hit them out
On
in
the road.
other ballparks, give us all the road games. Just
Mhm.
Jordan performs better on the road. Let's do that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he enjoys hotel beds, and maybe he gets to sleep a little longer. Who knows? I don't know. He's got young kids, so maybe at home when he's at home, the young kids don't care that dad needs sleep. He's gonna be woken up at 4 a.m. or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the reason why Jordan can't perform at home. I say can't perform at home like he is like a subpar player. He's not. He's just not Jordan at home. His road home splits are almost they almost look like Bobby Witt's home road splits, just reversed.
I
Apparently, Bobby Witt and Kaufman are, you know,
all I have to say is can you imagine if the outfield were to consist of uh Teoscar Hernandez, Mookie Betts, and Yordan Alvarez, if that trade would have never happened?
yeah, no, that would
That'd be
that
dangerous.
that would be very dangerous, but we we take what we're given. And honestly, this entire fan base was very sad about Joey Loperfido going over. And quite honestly, I love Joey, but I'm looking at that Will Wagner and being much more sad about not having Will Wagner coming up the pipeline versus Joey.
Yeah, no, that's
So
true.
it's, but
So
it is what it is. And if Kikuchi ends up, I mean, he's already helped us immensely. But if we do end up winning a ring because of Kikuchi, it will be well worth it.
yeah. You guys may make the big dance, but according to the Top Fan Rivalry desk, and they just whispered it in my ear again, you guys are going to lose 0-4 to the Dodgers. So you're just going to get swept right out. And the run differential was 52-4, according to them.
Like I said, Justin Robleski is going to pitch some meaningful innings for y'all. That's
Okay. Okay, Suzy, one last thing. We got to get going. I know that people that are listening to this are going, come on, guys, I got to get back to work. So, last question. How lame is it on a scale 1 to lamest of lame, 10, whatever? How lame is it that you guys had to fly to Cincinnati to play one game on Labor Day, take a freaking day off, and then play the other two games in Cincinnati?
it is kind of lame. But I want to say that I think that they did that though, so that like everyone, all the teams could technically play on Labor Day, even though 8 teams did not play on Labor Day. And
Correct?
so I want to say that that was the point of
Stupid?
that. That may be wrong. I don't know, but I feel like I heard that somewhere that we were supposed to play, like the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they like switched it to the Monday so that people would play on Labor Day. I don't know, but yeah, no, I thought it was dumb.
Lame, lame. All right, so Top Fan Rivalry followers, pay attention real quick because Susie and I are going to be recording in 2 weeks talking about the Astros and all the way through the playoffs. Pay close attention to some things that are happening. Number one, if you're anywhere near the Houston area and you would like to play in a rock and jock softball type thing, hit Susie up. You go to topfanrivalry.com. It's $20. Your $20 gets you 2 tickets to the Sherland Space Cowboys game the next day, a T-shirt, and a donation to charity. And if you don't want to pay bucks and you want to use a discount code, what's the discount code, Susie, that they're supposed to use?
Very simple, very easy. 5 letters, SUZYQ, Suzy Q. It's
Susie
so simple,
Q.
guys, and it's the best code. Just saying.
Okay. Then number two, if you're not a locker room access member, you want to get locker room access. We have virtual events coming up. At the end of the month, we have a virtual event with a former Team USA volleyball player who played in the Olympics in 2012. He will be talking about all things Olympics. He will be talking about all things about life. Susie, it's $25 for a full year of locker room access. If they do not want to pay full price and they want to get 10% off, what's the code that they use for that?
I know that you are very smart people, so again, you are going to already know this, but if you didn't hear, if it glitched out for some reason, use the code Suzy, SUZYQ, 5 letters, Nice and simple, people.
Okay. So if you're curious what else is going on this Friday night, yes, the 6th, this Friday night, there will be a YouTube Live. It'll be our
Ooh.
first YouTube Live ever. And guess what, Susie? Guess what we will be announcing? Big announcements. We're going to announce
Hmm.
FanFest. And if you don't want to pay full price for FanFest in January, what's the code that you use for that?
Guess what, people? Same code. SUZYQ. Suzy Q.
We will also be announcing that every Tuesday evening on YouTube Live, we will be reporting on dun 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 dun. We will be reporting on Top Fan Rivalry football and all things football. And so that starts this Tuesday, the 10th. So everybody get excited about that. Go check out the locker room has some stuff in there. It's got some articles, it's got some fun stuff in there. Enjoy it. It's going to grow. $25 a year is like you spend more than that in 2 days at Starbucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get a chance to get all this fun stuff. You're seeing this stuff on YouTube, but next season, don't be prepared for it not to be on YouTube. So, Susie, can you believe that we're going to be talking about football? Can you believe that?
I cannot. I cannot.
Yeah. Next Wednesday, we're going to have a little live. I'm so sorry, I forgot to mention this. Megan and Amber are going to have a little live because Top Fan Rivalry now has cute little see-through bags that you can take into stadiums. And they're going to be doing
Oh,
a
awesome.
flash sale. So heads up, like, don't think we were just sitting around here going, what do
Oh
we
my
want to
goodness.
do? Let's see, baseball season is ending. Oh, no, 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 no. The executive producer of this show, Suzy Q, has got in our ear and said, boys and girls, we need to do more. So we're trying to do more. We're trying to appease Suzy. So make sure that you get your locker room access. Make sure that you register if you in the Houston area, register for softball event. If you're not in the Houston area, get your locker room access so that you can come here to the Olympian in the virtual event. It's countrywide, space is limited. So Suzy, let's do it again in a couple weeks. What do you think?
I'm stoked. I'm here for it.
Talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Bye.